I actually did not experience much racism at all growing up in Ohio. And I can't believe that people are still racist. That is so gay. What's crazy is that if you grew up amongst a lot of white folks as an Indian person, sometimes you were referred to by members of your own race as an almond. Some of you know where I'm going with this. Because you are brown on the outside and white on the inside. And I was like, all right, that was not offensive at the time. In the 80s, it was a long time ago. But I prefer the term coconut, because we're hairy. Hey, Indians are hairy, man. The men, too.
Because they always tell you in LA, you need to make yourself unique. You need to find what makes you, you. Get tired of hearing that out here. What makes you unique? That's hard to find. Out of the 100 billion people who have ever lived on Earth, the 100 billion people who have ever lived on Earth, what could you do that no one else has done? Well, mine's a little weird. I'm the only person to perform stand-up comedy on all 7 continents. Thanks. It's a little random. I'm gonna tell you how I did it. North America was easy. I'm doing it again right now. Asia was easy because of that white guy who told me to go back to India. That was the gift that keeps on giving.
And India was really cool, man. It was a really, really cool thing. I went over and did a tour called Make Chai Not War. And I'm Hindu. One of my best friends, Azhar Usman, is Muslim. And we were thinking, you know what? We agree on so much, right? We watch the same movies, we listen to the same music, we laugh at the same jokes. We agree on everything except for the final destination of our souls. But we're like, you know what? Maybe what we could do for Hindus and Muslims, since there's so much conflict, we'll start a comedy tour. And we're like, if Hindus and Muslims can laugh together, maybe they can live together. And you see what a great job we did with that. Problem solved. The US government, you may or may not know this, the State Department actually has a program where they send American entertainers overseas to endear America to countries while we bomb their neighbors. Funny because it's true. And so the thing is, they'll send over jazz singers and comedians and artists, and it is really a cool thing. So the US State Department was like, get one more comedian. We got Hari Kondabolu out of New York, and so it came to pass. The US government sent 3 comedians to India. And they brought us back, by the way, because this was during Obama. Trump would have just left us there, I think. Got rid of 3 of them. These were big shows. We did 7 shows in 7 cities. It was crazy. We had an average attendance of about 1,500 to 2,000 Indians in these audiences. It was crazy. About 2,000 Indians. Well, although India is now the world's most populous country, so 1,500 Indians is like 300 Americans. Which also checks out weight-wise. We landed at the Bombay airport. Well, okay, let me canvass this for a second because we got quite a few people who may have been to India. Do you say Bombay or Mumbai? Round of applause if you say Bombay. Round of applause if you say Mumbai. Oh, okay, we got a younger crowd. That's what that means right there, all right? I remember I ate at a restaurant over in that city, and it had a sign. And the sign at this restaurant over there read, Mumbai is the location, Bombay is the emotion. Ooh, I like that. I'll roll with that. I like that, right? So we landed at the BOM airport. We go in, and there's so many people there, you never quite get used to it. There's a labor surplus because of the sheer number of humans. We land, we go in, and 8 people checked our passport. I don't even think 6 of them worked there. Some of them didn't have a stamp or a stand. It's like, passport de do, passport de do, passport de do. 8 times in a row. I'm like, that guy, I think he's an Uber driver. What is he doing? with my passport. So we get in the car, and actually we find out very quickly that he's a Hindu driver. And you can tell that he's Hindu because he has a Ganpati on his dashboard. Not everybody's gonna know what a Ganpati is. A gun? No, that's Texas. A Ganpati is a little statue of Lord Ganesh, one of our gods. And Lord Ganesh is the remover of obstacles. And yet the traffic. Is he asleep? What's happening?
I find out that there's a group of people, API. This is a bunch of South Asian doctors, but they don't call it SAD because they're happy. They make a lot of money. Make a lot of money. I think my doctor's here tonight. They make a lot of money, I'm telling you. What kind of medicine? Internal medicine. Isn't it all internal medicine? Unless you're a dermatologist, it's all internal medicine. And I remember saying something about how they make the least amount of money, sorry. But then I had a pediatrician come up to me, and she's like, actually, we make less money. I'm like, well, your patients are... They should make less. It's like operation. I mean, come on. I find out that this group, API, is setting sail from South America to Antarctica. Boom. I'm hitching a ride with these fools. I'm gonna do it. I don't care if I'm pre-med for 2 years. I'm gonna sleep in the hold of the ship like Leo DiCaprio. I'm in, okay? I'm gonna do it. I hitch a ride. I take my college roommate along with me, and we fly down to Buenos Aires. I've been in Buenos Aires for 45 minutes, and I realized I really screwed up by not being born Latino. So close. The laid-back vibe, the beautiful people, the delicious food, it was incredible. I do this bar gig, it goes really well. And by the way, how am I getting these bar gigs? It's because when you're a comedian, you're sort of in this society of comedians. Like, you can hook each other up with this stuff. And comedians can be totally racist. We don't care. We have no line. So I hit up every Mexican comedian I knew. I was like, do you know anyone in Venezuela? And then they gave me people in Argentina, and that was it. So, fly down there, do the gig, and it went, well enough that the crowd decides to take me out in Buenos Aires. I don't know if you've been there before, but it was incredible. I always thought Latinos were kidding when they said that they go really late. And everything starts late, goes late. I'm like, they're exaggerating. There's no way. Dinner at 11 p.m., bar at 12 a.m. We try to go to a club at 12:30. It's not open yet. This club opens at 1 a.m. We go for a drink, come back at 1:30, it's a line 50 people deep. We go inside, we dance till 5 in the morning, it's a Wednesday. So I have high hopes for tonight. Hungover, I board the ship for Antarctica. Okay, I get on the ship, I'm gonna do it. The reason my wife did not go on this trip is something called the Drake Passage. Anyone know what that is? The Drake Passage is the roughest seas in the world. It's 600 miles of water where ships can pitch up to 40 feet. My wife was like, no thanks. Rajiv already rocks my world hard enough. Hi, Mom. Hey, you got a son out of it. What do you want? Yes, Naveen. We'll get there. So to even imagine what that's like, 40 feet, are you kidding me? You have to go back to math class and the X, Y, and Z axes, okay? Because you're a point in space, and the ship is rocking back and forth. It is rolling side to side like Axl Rose. By the way, that's where rock and roll comes from. And it's also pitching up and down. So you were a point in space doing this. And the only way to make that even remotely bearable is drugs. They give you something called a scopolamine patch, okay? Scopolamine is a drug. You take it and it is to cure seasickness. The side effect, I'm not making this up, is nausea. That'd be like if Viagra, the side effect is impotence. Like, are you kidding me? What's the point of that? Literally, like, what is the point of that? Crazy. So we put it on, and then you read the package, and it tells you it is a patch to be put on a non-hairy part of your body. You're ahead of me on this one. Yeah, we're South Asian. Where's it gonna go? Behind the ear it goes. And oh my gosh, scopolamine. Oh, I learned to love the Drake passage more than, you better find your lovin', you better find your heart. That's a passage by Drake. My British accent's a little better. And we're sailing along with all these Indians who bring along their own chef. South Asians cannot be without our cuisine. I tell you, they put the tikka in Antarctica. I love a good pun. I'm a Punjabi. As we approach the continent, I begin to fret because it turns out they decide to tell us now, no company can promise you a continental landing. What? And they go, it's in the terms and conditions. I go, that's like a Droid or an iPhone. Who reads that stuff? You just scroll to the end and hit I agree. Are you kidding me? They go, no, because the ship goes in, and then because of the water, there's no landing docks. Antarctica's not a country, it's a landmass. So you have to wait for the water to smooth out, and it doesn't always do that. Luckily, our crew consisted mostly of Europeans. And if anybody can figure out how to invade a landmass, they got us onto the actual continent. I performed for some cruise mates and some penguins. It was a cold room. But this brown guy did all right in front of a black and white crowd. By the way, you're not allowed to approach the penguins. They have to come to you. It's like Bumble. And the penguins are very cute, but they're kind of aloof. They kind of don't care that you're there. Then again, anytime anyone desperately traveled thousands of miles to come see me, I kind of blew them off too. We come back through South America, and I miss Christmas with Hersha. I'm really sorry. But I did text her from South America saying, let me know if you want anything from Amazon. I'm on bottom of the world. I don't know. I don't know what it says about me that I got my stand-up comedy on Antarctica before I got it on late-night TV. But that's how I became the only person in history to perform stand-up comedy on all 7 continents.